Hello everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Eme Mutesi.
I'm Dennis Mugabire.
I'm Alfredine.
Yeah, thank you. As you can see, I'm the facilitator in this meeting, and as you can see, this is the last meeting, and we have been like trying to solve the problem that Drip and Dry was facing, which is about like the large expansion of their business, which is negatively like affect the customers, like not having enough space for parking, and also like not having enough seats, which is causing the customers not being comfortable. And we have found that the root causes of those problems are like a lack of or not enough, like um, poor customer care, and also shortage of space, like parking space, and other root causes. So, but the main and previously we have talked about, we have brainstormed different like possible solutions to that problem. So in this meeting we will focus on, or we will come up with one solution that we will report to the company, right? And from that, the meeting agenda is, as I have shared with you, was all about coming. The first thing is coming up with a consensus to one solution, right? And as I have said, we have come up with possible solutions, but today it's coming up with one solution. And after coming up with one solution, we will create an implementation plan for it, and then we will think of the criteria of evaluating the success of our solution, right? So if you don't have so far some questions, or if you want to add some points that we can focus on, we can do it.
I believe that is clear
Yeah.
to me.
Okay, thank you. Then for us to come up with one solution, we have to think of the factors that we will base on to create, or to think of one best solution for the team. So I would like to hear from you some of the factors that we will consider. Maybe we can, a volunteer can start. Yeah.
Thank you once again to be with us. The factors that I think we can consider, we have it to come up with the solution that really solve most of the problems that they are facing.
Yeah.
And I think it will be feasible and viable to them and to us also to implement it. But
Do you understand the factor that she has provided?
Yeah, but I'm a little bit confused on the part of viability.
Yeah,
What do you mean by that?
I think we need to see the solution
yeah,
which is viable, which means that it can be practicable,
mm-hmm.
it can be easy for them to put it into actions, just to know if it will it will be served by the current budget, it will not go beyond the business plan, that is just the solution which is feasible for them, which is easy, which will not cost them much, which will requires them to have many things or to change what they have as their plan. I think
Yeah, thank you, Alfredine. Maybe to clarify it a bit, because like when you are saying variable, it's like we need like the specific factors, like the specific reasons, or which or the specific things which shows that our solution is viable. And as you have said that we have to come up with one solution, a solution which will not require them to go beyond what they have. And if I can clarify it well, I can say that as we can see, we have a budget of, they have provided a budget of $38,000 for them to solve the problem. So I think the solution that we will come up with, it shouldn't go beyond, it shouldn't require us to go beyond the 38,000. Yeah, thank you, Alfredine. I think that should be the one, and we have to note it somewhere. Yeah, and then Dennis, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the most important factor that you can base on when selecting the best solution is uh, just thinking about that solution which will bring positive long-term effects.
Yeah.
So I don't suggest that a company can put in place a certain solution, and then after implementing it, the positive impact lasts for a short time.
Yeah.
So for me, I support that one, which which lasts for a long time, and which can help our business to achieve the success in the future.
Thank you so much. Alfredine, what do you think by that factor? Do you think we can consider it?
Yeah, I think it is considerable because as a business, you know that the success of the business most of time it comes in the long term
Yeah.
period. And that is why we need to come up with a solution which will work for long term, not to have it short and put also the company in other cases of redo it again. That is why it also reduce some expenses
Yeah.
that you would spend on redoing other renewing some solutions that you are setting. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
thank
good.
you, Alfredine. I also support that idea, and I think we have to note it like it has to be sustainable. Thank you so much. And also, like, I have another one which is about, we have like many, like many causes of the problem. So I think also our solution that we will propose should like solve all the problems, like the sitting space, the parking space, all those things, like the customer care, right? What do you think?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
We should think about also that customer care. Yeah, it's important.
What do you think?
Mm, I also support what you said because customer is the king in the business, and I think we should also just look about the way they are served.
Yeah, like if you understand well, I was saying the problem, like the solution that we will propose should try to solve all the problems that we are facing,
Yeah.
right? And do you agree with it or not?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, thank you. That's the third one. Then the next point is we are going, then each and everyone is going to propose a best solution that he or she thinks will help the company to solve the problem, and make sure that you are giving like clear reasons for you for that solution, the reason why you have chosen the problem. And please, other team members, others should try to try the speaker so that we can communicate well and come up with the best solution. Yeah, thank you. Then we are going to start by Dennis. Yeah, you're going to tell us one solution that you feel will help the company.
Yeah, thank you. So as we have been doing from the previous meetings,
Yeah.
yeah, we have met and I've seen that my best solution is expanding business premises. Yeah, by expanding business premises, we'll be able to host many customers at once, and we'll also be able to solve the other problem of sitting spaces.
Yeah.
And by expanding in a way that we buy more land, or in a way that we increase the ground,
Yeah.
we will solve the other problem of people who have the parking area, because we will be able to expand our parking area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, if we can increase the buildings, if the budget allows us to do that, you understand that it can again help us to have more customers served at once when they are not moving around, making chaos,
Yeah.
which is also a problem that you are facing. Yeah, so that would be my solution.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis, for your good idea. And maybe Alfreden and I, we should make sure that we keep it, and then we will first brainstorm our best ideas, then we will evaluate them together. So, Alfreden, what is your suggested solution?
Thank you all from what you said. I can give a different solution that I think it is the best,
Yeah,
and it can solve most of some problems drip and dry is facing. And this solution it's all about improving distribution channels.
yeah,
For instance, you see that the drip and dries is facing problem from long line of the drinks and food during the peak hours. And I think if we create like an online ordering, it would like reduce the number of customers who are in the line during the peak hours. I also think that if we create other channels to distribute the food, like setting other food stations, it can also reduce some people who delay to take their finished laundry on time while they are eating, while they are waiting for food and drinks. And also, when we create different distribution channels, I think also it will reduce number of customers, which will solve the problem of noise atmosphere. You see, when the customers are many in the same space, they are talking and you can't tell them to be quiet because it is their life. And that is why if you have other channels to give them the food, what they need, service as well as service, it will be better to decrease the number of customers who are in the same space, and also it will save sittings for some customers. You see, they are facing problem of lacking where to sit, lacking where to park. You see, distributing, if some customers take their services and they use it outside the company, or we deliver them at their home, it will we will have empty space that you will
yeah.
use it to serve others who are not able to order food or services online. That is why I think it can be the best one. Personally, I don't think how you understand.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, Alfredine. And maybe saying mine, it's about increasing the customer care. And the reason why I'm proposing that, basing on the budget we have, which is $38,000. So I think it may seem to be like an amount of money which is sufficient, but again we never know. So I'm proposing that as the company is facing those problems of not having the seats and so on, I think it could be better if maybe they improve on how they give the customer care to their customers. Like, let's say they enough if they communicate to their customers that maybe they are facing this problem, so it's better to the customers to be aware of that. I think this can reduce also the problem they are facing. Or if maybe like ones who are coming first to ask for a given service are the ones to be served the first. And again, maybe if they try to they try to increase their customer, I think it can be a good idea. So as we have been talking about the possible solutions, the each and everyone was giving his or her best idea. And Dennis said about expanding business premises, and Alfredine proposed about improving distribution system, and I have provided the one to increase the customer care. So I would like then to evaluate those three solutions together so that we can come up with one, the best one, because like in our meeting, the starting of our meeting, I said that one of the objectives is to come up with a consensus to one solution. So each and everyone should agree on the solution that we are going to take, right? And maybe we can start by mine, which is improving the customer care. So I need you to give me to give or to evaluate it and see if we can keep it or if we can yeah, if we can leave it basing on the factors that we have considered. We have just uh, thought of. Yeah, what do you think, Dennis?
Yeah, your idea is great,
Yeah.
but if you see, it's more about improving the customer's experience.
Yeah.
But uh, on my point of view, it has nothing to do with people who lack parking spaces.
Yeah.
Because even if you give them any best services that you can think about, but when they don't have where to park their cars, that won't solve that issue.
Yeah.
And again, with any services that you can give, uh, I think you will not have improved the problem of lacking the sitting spaces.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Dennis. And Alfredine, what do you think about the idea of improving customer care?
I think it is like it is short. It can solve the problem of long line,
Yeah.
even though you can give them the quality services that they need, but they will be many, and you know that the time by time customers increase. And I think also having them get the quality services, it will not solve also, it will not solve enough cities, the problem of shortage of enough cities. This means that even though it is good to improve the customer care, to give them quality services on time, and to treat them fairly,
Yeah.
but here we need to think of also a solution that can work to all problems that they are facing.
Yeah.
And I think also it is good because it will not exceed the budget of the company.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Basing on your ideas, I think also it has a positive side, but also the negative side. Like it can't be sustainable, as we have said. Like it should meet the long-term goal of the company, and yet, so I think we can first leave that solution And what if then we go to the solution of Dennis, which says expanding business premises? What do you think, Alfredine,
Uh,
about that problem?
to make it more clear, it is a very interesting solution, and I think it can solve some problems like parking areas, like seating for the customers and patrons, but I don't think it will solve the problem of long line. You see, also the company is facing the problem of long line for the food and drinks during the peak hours. And I don't think so it will also solve the problem of noise because the customers will increase. What they will be solving is just to satisfy, to provide enough space for the customers, get where they park, get where to sit, but also the noise will be increasing because the customers will be increasing also. And I think also it will not solving the problem of you see they're facing the problem of delaying to get there, finish the laundry on time because they are taking food and drinks,
Yeah,
and it's one of the problems that we have at work on. I don't think so. It is a long term, but it does not solve all problems that they are facing. I don't know how you understand it or you perceive it.
yeah, thank you, Alfredine, on your ideas. I think also that I think it was a really great idea because like expanding the space, like buying some. I think it's a good idea, but the problem we have a limited budget,
Yeah.
like 38,000. Building like other like places of like expanding the space. It can be somehow difficult for the company. So what do you think, Dennis, basing on our ideas, do you think we can still keeping the idea or in case go to another one?
So also to me, I suggested it,
Yeah,
but it's a little bit exaggerated.
yeah,
Yeah, it's exaggerated because it can consume a bigger budget than we
yeah,
have.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
considering our budget, it can be hard to build more houses,
Yeah.
or it may be hard to build more of the parking spaces. It's very expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Let's. What if we go to the point of Alfredine, which was about improving improving the distribution system. I think it was that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think, Dennis, about that idea?
Yeah, she talked about it, and I found it as a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea uh, solves different problems,
Mm-hmm.
as it solves the problem of customers who are becoming many.
Yeah.
Those some customers can be served from outside the business,
Mm-hmm.
and that can help us. So by considering it on my side, it's stronger than the other solutions that we've been giving.
Yeah.
Yeah, according to me.
Thank you. I also think that that idea is very strong. Thank you, Alfredine, for providing it, and I think it will like increase our revenues. Looking at the numbers of customers, this is because like we can be able to solve like to save customers being outside, not only like coming in the company. And apart from that, like the parking space, if the customers are not coming in, like being many, it will also save the parking space. And also the long line. I think, yeah, I think that it. Alfredine, do you think we can take it as the best solution to the team?
Basically, from what we have discussed, I found it as the best because it will solve most of the problems they are facing, and it will not exceed the current budget
Yeah.
of 38,000 US dollars, and I think it's applicable to the company. It is it will not be difficult for them, and it will be long term.
Yeah, thank you, Alfredine.
Thank you.
Let us try to be quick because like we still have other points to talk about. Like we can see that we have come up with one best solution to the team, which is about improving the distribution system. So now we are going to think about the implementation plan of the solution as we have said it during the meeting agenda. And I think you know that for us to come up with the implementation plan, we have to think about the tasks which need to be done, the resources, the time frame, and the people of who will do each and every task. So I would like to hear from you, like tasks that you feel like we can do for us to achieve our solution, and we have to try to be like too strict on the point because yeah, we are running out of time.
Thank you for the point. I can start by saying like we need to purchase other equipment like utensils that we need. As you know that to make distribution channel, we need also to set other stations, and to set those stations we will need additional equipment that will help us to serve the customers.
Yeah, thank you. Uh, Dennis, what do you think about the solution, the task that needs to be done that she has just proposed?
Yeah, that's a good task because we can't do anything without equipment.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's even very urgent.
yeah. And thank you. And what if we think about the resources that we will need for us to achieve that task?
I think that the main resource is the money. We need amount of money to buy those utensils, as well as the people who will need to go to purchase them from the market.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And let's hear from Dennis from another task. What again, another task that we can put in?
Yeah, another task that you can put in is hiring some employees
Yeah,
to perform the task. Okay, so as we are expanding, we want, as you said, we can have several stations for the food options. So in that case, we need some more cooks or some or waiters to do the task. So that's why we have to hire more people. And as we also talked about something called delivering services to outside people,
mm-hmm.
so we can have a delivery van.
Yeah,
In that case, we need a driver. So we also need to hire that person.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also that you are right. Like you have been saying about the buying some equipment, which is very good because we will add like some we can add some stations for delivering food, and then again which will require to hire some employees, eh, which is what Denise just said. And again we will need to buy to buy some mini delivery van for us to be able to deliver the food or other the food to outside customers, right? Thank you. I think that's it. And then again, I think then the next point, which is the last one, we are going to think about the criteria for evaluating our to evaluate our success, the solution of our success. So, Dennis, what do you think we can base on to to evaluate the success of our solution?
Yeah, I think that we can say that our solution is successful
Yeah.
when we receive at least 80% of customers' feedback
Yeah.
that they feel satisfied with the services that we provide, and we can get that feedback from the survey that we
Yeah.
can send to them. So if that percentage is achieved for those people who respond positively to our email, to our survey, we can conclude that our solution has been successful.
I think it's interesting. So I think also another one it make sure that all the tasks that were completed are not exceeding the budget we have, which is 38,000. And then let's hear from.
Other point that we can consider to measure the success is,
Yeah.
you know, that the revenue is falling down,
Yeah.
and you need to set around 30%
Mm-hmm.
increase of the revenues. If the revenues of the company are increased by 30%, we can like say that our solution is successful, completed.
Yeah, thank you, Alfredine. Like if you have been saying like we need to increase our revenue. Like if the revenue increase at 30%,
Yeah.
that we will say that our solution was successful. You also agree with it, Dennis? Yeah, you agree also.
Yeah, I also agree with it.
Thank you. I think. Do you have some questions or some comments?
I would say no. Yeah.
Thank you. Maybe let's come back then to the our objectives. If, as we have said, uh, we were trying to. I have said that we have to come up to the consensus to one solution, and I think that objectives we have achieved it.
Yeah.
This is because we have come up with the one solution, which is improving the distribution system. You really did a great job. And then again, we have said that we have created the implementation plan, which we tried to include some tasks like hiring employees, buying some equipment and buying a delivery van. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. And also we have created, or we have thought of some criteria of evaluating the success of our solution, which is like trying to increase the revenue by 30%, which means we have to make sure that we are looking if the revenue is increasing by 30%. And also we have said that the tasks that need to be done should not exceed the budget that we have, which is 30,000. And again, we have said another one, which is about. Could you remind me again the criteria you have said?
If the customers
Have
are
yeah,
increased around the 80%,
around 80%.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you. And like we have said that we will do it by sending the surveys. Really. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your patience. I know it's really to take like a long time, but we had many things to cover, and I hope the solution that we have provided will help the company Drip and Drive. Thank you. Yeah.
thank you.